Hi, Anuruddh, Amit, Abhishek, Gajanan, Geeta, Gopala, Karthikeyan, Madhuri, Mamta, Mangesh, Mikhil, Neeraj, Paramita, Chaudhary, Prajakta, Gosavi, Rahul Naik. Hi, welcome, Rakesh. All right, chalo, let's get started. Suchit Saxena. So today we are going to cover something very topical. So we know what's happening in the markets, and we are going to jump into something which is extremely topical about this petrol price rise and so on. So let's keep it practical, okay? And for almost 4 years, this fuel prices were relatively stable, right? So, but last, I think the fuel price was hiked in May 22, and usse 4 saal baad, abhi May 26, where the fuel prices have been hiked once again, right? Now, uh, suddenly, that petrol and diesel prices move up, and immediate inflation fear is also something which is getting back into our minds. कि अचानक इतना दिन बाद होल्ड किए थे. Now markets are bad, war is going on, prices have been hiked, so there will be an immediate fear of inflation. Now, एक चीज मुझे बताओ, ये inflation fear से what are the things which actually comes to your mind? Inflation fear से what are the things that will now start getting discussed? बताइए. Please write in the chat box. What do you think will now start getting discussed amongst clients, among yourselves, and what will happen to overall financial confidence? Okay. Okay. So Rakesh Kalra says expensive raw materials. Gopalakrishnan says interest rates increase. Karthikeyan says as a consumer, price rise, increase. Absolutely. So there is expenses, company earnings were impacted. Avinash Sawant says increase it. Yes, absolutely. All of you are bang on. Correct. So this is Madhuri Javda, no surplus, confidence will be low, all of that. And we will start discussing expenses, cost, EMIs, uh, savings ho nahi raha hai, future uncertainty. And so slowly, financial confidence will start become. And here is the most important part. आपके जो clients हैं, many of those clients may not call you immediately and say, I am worried about inflation. But their behavior will change, although they might not communicate openly. How many of you agree to this? कि आपके जो clients हैं, they might not call you up, but over time, अगला 1 महीना, 2 महीना, 3 महीना, 6 महीने में उनका behavior में बदलाव दिखेगा. They will start delaying decisions. They will become more cautious. And कभी कभार एक दो फोन कॉल भी आएगा कि शुड आई कंटिन्यू द एसआईपी. शायद बैंक एफडी बेहतर था. मार्केट से तो मिला क्या लास्ट 2 साल में? कुछ भी नहीं मिला. So all these behaviors will possibly start getting noticed over time. Might not be today. ऐसा नहीं कि फोन करके लोग बोलेंगे अरे अरे इन्फ्लेशन ऊपर जा रहा है एंड आई एम वरीड. And this is where most MFDs make a mistake. In these situations, we start talking about market recovery. We start talking about long-term returns. हम लोग बोलते शॉर्ट टर्म भूल जाओ, लॉन्ग टर्म देखो. हिस्टोरिकल चार्ट्स दिखाना शुरू करते हैं. But clients are not asking for any market predictions right now. They are looking at some clarity. And किस चीज की clarity पता है? Only one thing. They are not looking to figure out what is going to happen to the markets next. They possibly deep down also know that you do not have the answer. Forget ourselves. Even the fund manager doesn't know the answer. Even the prime minister doesn't know the answer. Even the finance minister doesn't know the answer. हम क्या चीज है? They are asking for one emotional clarity. So today's session is not about petrol prices. It is about understanding what inflation fear does to investor psychology. Does it make sense? What does the fear of inflation does to investor psychology? And more importantly, how smart advisors use these phases to build a deeper trust and stronger AUM. How many of you feel that in the month of May, in the month of June, the net AUM of the industry will eventually be higher than where it is today? हमारा बढ़े या ना बढ़े, industry तो बढ़ेगा. How many of you agree to this? Yes or no? Write it in the chat box. Yes. So we also have to be on the positive side. We cannot be running a business where, despite what is happening in terms of AUM growth, our business should also be growing. It cannot be standstill. So वो क्या है? Because uncertain markets. Because sorry, let me tell you about it. देखो, smart advisors use this phase to build a deeper trust and their AUM. Remember, when there is uncertainty in the market, excuse me, it doesn't reduce the advisor's opportunity. It creates the divide between an MFD who is transactional and the other one who is actually trusted. Anybody can sound intelligent in a bull market. Anyone, just about anyone can sound intelligent during a bull market. But when clients feel uncertain, the advisor who communicates calmly becomes unforgettable. And many times, the biggest AUM growth starts during phases where confidence in markets becomes weak. The best of the return happens during the heightened uncertainty times. Agree? The best of the returns happens during the worst of the times in the market. We might keep saying, but obviously something is happening. So आज हम सीखेंगे कि ये जो inflationary worries once again has going to come back over and above the problems that we were facing in the market. How does one react today, this week? And we are going to keep it topical. All right? Perfect. So give me a minute. I'm going to share my presentation deck and we will get started. How does one become a very calm interpreter of the markets during such situations? Just a second. Let me know once this is visible. And before you all go away today, I have a request at the end. Please stand by for the last 1 or 2 minutes. Okay. All right. So how does one become the calm interpreter? And go through this presentation deck later once it shows up in that community channel at 12 o'clock before you make your next client call. Okay. देखो, आज के तारीख पे ऑर्डिनरी एडवाइस क्या होगा कि हम बोलेंगे इन्फ्लेशन बढ़ेगा, मार्केट वोलेटाइल रहेगा, and wait and watch and all of that. What is a sharper insight into the market at this point? Remember, this inflation fear is going to create clients' anxiety. And when clients become anxious, their decisions are going to freeze. They are not going to take decisions. And that is going to create the advisor opportunity. आज उस चीज की बात करेंगे हम लोग. Okay? Remember, decision freeze is not a dead end. It is the exact moment an opportunity opens for an advisor who communicates with absolute clarity. आज हम सीखेंगे ऐसे सारे सिचुएशंस में हम लोग कैसे कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं. देखो, what is this question? Even if nobody asks you the question, what is that silent question in your client's mind at this point? उनके मन में ये चल रहा है कि मार्केट से कुछ नहीं मिला, एफडी बेहतर था. FDs in the last 2 years, 2.5 years has been better. Last 2 years, the market has been flat. There has been a performance problem. There is a trust maintenance problem. Your job right now is not to defend mutual funds. It is how you reframe the next 3 years is what matters right now. What are the things to do? Stop defending past numbers and start reframing the future. So how do you reframe? Never predict the macro trend कि inflation ये हो जाएगा, past performance को defend करो, and you are trying to, don't try to sell harder when the client is actually in lot of doubt. Now, and don't react to daily headlines. Frame the situation without predicting. Reframe the next 3 years horizon. Okay. Review and rebalance with patience. Okay. And control the narrative. अगला 48 hours में हमको क्या करना है? Number 1, send a calming macro note. हम देखेंगे क्या भेजना है. Second, call up your top 10 clients. Third, target the idle money illusion. Okay. And then run a flat market review. Market जब flat रहता है, कैसे review किया जाता है. Today, you can send a calming macro note today. Hi, so-and-so. Fuel prices have moved up after a long pause. So inflation concerns may come back in market decisions. So this does not mean we need to panic or make sudden changes. What matters now is to check 3 things. Is your emergency money safe? Is your investment horizon still intact? Is your portfolio positioned for the next few years, not just for the last 2 flat years? Okay. Get clear questions sent across. We call it the calming macro note. Frame the news. Don't predict the outcome. Preempt the emotional decisions with your top 10 clients. Show empathy. Call them up. Last 2 years have tested our patience. Now, with inflation fear coming back, many investors may make emotional decisions. I don't want you to react to headlines. Let's review your allocation once and see if anything needs adjustment. Empathy, anticipation, instruction or recommendation, and action. Follow this process when you call up your top 10 clients today or next 2 days. Step number 3, use the idle money illusion. देखो, लोगों का जो पैसा अगर एफडी में रहता है ना, everybody knows that there is inflation which creeps into it, there is taxes to be paid. FD may feel safe, but after inflation and tax, the real return may not be enough for your long-term goals. Okay. Deploy this angle only with those clients specifically who have idle funds. Okay. And who have got heavy savings balances or some upcoming maturities and so on. Now, the final thing that you need to do is send out a 2-year flat portfolio review. Last 2 साल से कुछ हुआ नहीं. Okay. This is how you're going to shift your conversation from past frustration to future positioning. Structure the review to validate the patience and deploy the capital. Okay. What needs rebalancing? Find out. What has worked? Validate the past good decisions. What did not move? Acknowledge the reality of flat markets. What should continue? Reaffirm the long-term horizon. Okay. And finally, where fresh money can be deployed gradually. That is the AUM growth trigger. These are the 5 steps to be done in your flat last 2 years portfolio review. Break them up into 5 blocks. What needs rebalancing? Clearly mention. Demonstrate the active management of their money. What has worked? What did not move? What should continue? Where fresh money should gradually be deployed. Break up your review into these 5 parts, and this possibly could be a masterstroke. Remember, never use this moment right now, what we are going through, as your time to sell anything. Use this time to become that financial interpreter who is calm, absolutely calm. Give simple, calm explanations. Win the conversation and organically build the trust. Inflation fear will definitely create confusion and decision freeze. The advisor who explains it simply are the people who actually win. Okay, just give me a minute. I need to share one link with all of you, and just give me a minute, please. And in the meanwhile, if you're truly enjoying these sessions, then do share your feedback in this link. It would be really wonderful to receive your feedback. I would definitely go through each one of them. 1 minute. I need to also send you the link to the community. 1 second. तब तक आप रिव्यूज अगर शेयर करना चाहे तो डेफिनेटली शेयर कर सकते हैं. Just a second. 9.62. Just 1 second. I'm not able to see it. Take a no worries. I'm unable to, I don't want to hold you back. I will keep that link ready for joining the community. I will share with you tomorrow when we meet at 10:10. All right. All the best, everyone. Have a great day ahead. And एक सवाल किसी का था. डिलीवर नहीं, आपके आपके पास और भी टाइम टेबल्स होंगे मिस्टर डिलीवर. मैं आपको फोन करवाऊंगा आज. ओके, इफ देयर इज सम कंफ्यूजन, आपके पास एक फोन आएगा मिस्टर डिलीवर. ठीक है. ऑल द बेस्ट. हैव a great day ahead. Thank you for sharing your reviews, and I will see you tomorrow at 10:10. All the best. Thank you. Bye.